What is going on, guys? How are we all doing? Got another little tank review for you all today. The Kylin by Vandy Vape. And this is an absolute little beast of an RTA. As far as I'm aware, I might be wrong, but this was Vandy Vape's first release. And it is absolutely amazing. So, what we're going to do with this video, go away. What we're going to do with this video, because I've had this tank for that long, I don't have any of the box for it, don't have any editing with it, but it will include some pictures maybe from Google or something of what actually comes in the box and the presentation and all stuff like that. I can't actually go through it with you guys because I don't have any of the stuff that comes with it. But what I can do is still jump down to the table and I'll go through how to wick it, how to build it, because this tank is quite tricky. If you don't do it right, it's not going to work whatsoever for you. So we're going to jump down, I'm going to show you how to build it, how to wick it, and all the features that come with the tank. And then we're going to come back up top, and I'm going to tell you all my pros and cons of the thing, and what I actually think about it, and how good it is in everyday use kind of thing. So, going to join me down at the table now, catch you all in a bit. Get down! So welcome back to the table camera section of this. This is the Vandy Vape Kylin. Obviously, I don't have any of the box or any of the actual things that come with this product apart from the actual tank, but I've included some pictures right now. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that comes inside the box. What I do have is the big boy glass. I've got obviously the top bit, I've got the chimney, I've got the other top bit, I've got the bell, and I've got the deck. So I'm just going to show you how it all works, some of the features with the tank. So, on the base of the tank you've got fully adjustable airflow, and whatever you do onto that side, you do onto that side, and there's loads and loads of airflow. And the airflow comes up from underneath the coils there, and it also comes up from the side chambers here. From these side chambers here. It's really nicely well machined. You've got a couple of threads here, and this is your wicking port, and it's also where you mount your screws. See if I can bring that up. Yeah. So, then you've got your bell cap, which goes over the top of it. And whether you're using it in the 2ml configuration or the 6ml configuration, that you need that on both of them. So to set it up as a 2ml, obviously you need the 2ml glass. But all you do from that position is just screw your cap onto it there, and you've then got a 2ml tank. And that's how this will come presented to you if you do buy it. And then to change it into the 5ml or possibly 6ml, I can't remember, all you need to do is just screw this little chimney piece back onto the top. Screw it on nice and tight, because it has a tendency to unstick and it has a tendency to jam, which is why it's got all these marks on it here and here and here. The tank's brilliant, it is, but my advice with this tank is decide whether you're having it on 2ml or decide whether you're having the big boy glass on, and leave it as that. Don't mess around with it because your tank gets all ugly. To insert the glass, all you need to do to change the O-rings as well, because you do get the different coloured O-rings, a little screwdriver, pair of tweezers, just pop them off and screw the new one back in, and the same bit on the top as well. So, just press your glass on, throw your kidney bean on, and in the box as well you'd obviously get the Kylin tool, but I've got a pair of pliers. All you need to do there is just use your tool, just give that a good nice tighten in. And that is good, and you fill up your tank using these big kidney bean shaped thing. And remember I said in the top section possibly, and all you need to do is fill up with these kidney bean things. One good thing about this that Vandy Vape have done, because as I said, I think this might be their first product. One thing that's really good about this, that in the original version, Mark 1 version, this wasn't there.
So to fill it up, it was a little bit, I'm not going to unscrew it now actually because it is a nightmare to do. To fill it up, it was a little bit like a Cleto kind of thing, so this was just a big empty void, and it would have been pretty easy to knock off your glass. So with this, it's a little bit of a better thing, so thank you to Vandy Vape to listening to people's complaints pretty much. Inside you've got a big dome thing, and your juice flow slots just there and there. So, the way you want your coils mounted is about just a millimetre above the build deck, covering both of the essential airflow holes. And the way you want your the way you want your airflow is to be angled so it's coming straight over it. So can you see from where there, the top of there is, and then you obviously, if you can imagine the air just kind of skim right over the top, and that's going to give you the best flavour I find from this tank. And then to wick the thing, this is a bit of a nightmare sometimes, but I'll show you how I do it. And because if you don't wick this properly, you're going to get absolutely loads of dry hits. It's not going to wick properly, like it's not actually going to wick in. It's an absolute nightmare. It is. This tank for me is a very Marmite tank. I love it, but like I can see why a lot of people don't. So what you want to do with this, you want to get your cotton, and you just want it just to be, let me balance that up. In fact, you know what, I'm just going to put this on a mod on my DOVPO trigger, what I've been rocking loads recently. So stick it onto there, line that up. So yeah, as I say, you just want the width of your cotton to be about double the size of your coils. I've got like 3mm coils in here. As I say, what I'm doing is not exact science, but I've had this tank quite a while, and this is the way that's worked the best for me every time. So just squeeze one end through, trim off. About halfway in the cotton, that's about there. Do the same on the other side. Pull that through. So you want it to have a little bit of resistance, but still easy enough to move without any difficulties. Then what you'd normally do with an RDA or RTA of this kind of caliber is you could put your scissors to the edge of the base plate and trim. Give that a little trim off and get rid of all the little burnt ends. Normally that'd be right, but it's a bit too long for this RDA because the juice well in this, I'm not sure what it is, but if there's too much cotton in it, even just a tiny bit, it dry hits. You've got to have as little cotton as possible whilst still blocking it all down. So what I like to do is put my scissors right to the very edge of the brass. Just cut it there. And yeah, I know they look really short, but that's how you need them to be. Give it a little fluff out. Little fluff out. Only a little one though. And then using a screwdriver or something similar, just want to poke it all in from the bottom down. And then on the other side. Even that side out just a touch. just separate the two legs slightly so they don't suck up each other's juice. Let's tuck all these stray edges in. Then just want to get a little bit of juice. I only just found this juice recently, and it is Vandy Vape Kylin Company. Got a review of their blue raspberry coming up in the next couple of days, and this is the peaches and pineapple. It's absolutely lovely stuff. Completely forgot I had it. And just put a little bit of liquid on the coils, as you would expect. A little bit down the bottom. So see how short I had the legs, the wicks, the fans, I don't know. So you see how short I had the little bits of cotton anyway. Very short, but look how tight that is in now. It's not loosely wicked at all. But it is just enough. Just want to completely saturate this. Burn it all off. So then, screw onto your tank. You can adjust the airflow, the juice flow, like that. I generally leave mine wide open because it makes the most sense for me. Leave it wide open, or you can close it off a little bit. It depends, it's up to your personal preference. Fully adjustable airflow, as I said, on the bottom, and to fill it up, dead easy. Whoosh! Does take some time to fill this tank up though. The big old tank. Should do. Screw your lid on. 65 watts on a 0.20 build, 2-ohm build. Awesome. Little tutorial out of Vandy Vape Kylin. Join me back up top for my thoughts and feelings on this particular little beast. Gonna give you a little hints up. It's a thumbs up. So see you in a second, guys.
Ah yeah! Back up top. So, that was a little up close and personal with the Kylin by Vandy Vape. Pros and cons. The 2ml, obviously it's going to give it a little bit better flavour because it's 2ml. It's a shorter, stubbier down the chimney, which is going to give you a hell of a lot more flavour than the vapour travelling up the chimney before it gets to your mouth. Which is, as we all know, massively going to affect the flavour. Don't know how many times I just said affect the flavour in that one sentence, but you know. Pros and cons. I'll start with the cons first because I can then butter it all up with all the pros. The barrel gets jammed. In fact, can you see the state of mind where I've had to get pliers into it to open it so many times? The top cap gets jammed. It's not perfect. It's not by any means. It's not perfect. It does jam a hell of a lot. The flavour, it's really crisp. It's really clean. You know what you've got in your tank, do you know what I mean? You know exactly what flavour you've got in your tank, and it's a pretty respectable 5ml tank. I have been told that you can get a bubble glass for it, which takes it up to a 9ml tank as far as I'm aware, but there should be a little correction somewhere up here if I'm wrong. If there's not, ignore this little bit. The airflow, a pro, so we're going to pros. The airflow, there's enough airflow, there's as much airflow as you want. And it's fully adjustable, dual Cyclops style airflow, and it locks, so it makes getting the tank off your mod that little bit easier. So boom, boom, and it just doesn't work when I do it, and it just helps it get a little bit better off. I like the nailing that's on the top and the bottom of it. It gives you a good little bit of grip to go on, get into the tank, get into the coil. The build deck, that's a little bit of a con for me. And how you've got to wick it. If you don't wick this tank right, it's not going to work. You're going to get dry hit after dry hit, and if you don't wick it enough, it's going to leak. But you're all seeing where I showed you that down below. What else can I say about this tank? I think I've covered everything. The flavour's really good. The tank capacity's really good. The build deck's good. Don't get me wrong. It's just the positioning of the build deck. It's just, I don't know why it dry hit so much, but it does. but there is ways to do it, and hopefully my way of doing it helps you all out a little bit. The box, the presentation, I know I don't have my actual one to show you all that, but as I said, to watch pictures, to his pictures and that to show you how it all comes. The actual presentation of the tank was really, really good. And I like that this is the Mark II. I like that it's the Mark II because it means when they first released, they didn't have the little chimney bit, it was just a glass tube, a little bit like a Cleto kind of style filling system. A few people got back to them and said, put a thing on it so you don't knock the O-ring off. Which is good. It's good that Vandy Vape actually listened to their customers, they listened to the people that use their products, and that they went back, so they're getting a pro for that. Overall, this tank's a bit old now, and I've enjoyed using it the last couple of days since I found it again. It's a bit old, but it's amazing. The flavour's not as good as what it is in some of the newer style RTAs. This tank's about a year, maybe a year and a half old, possibly even a little bit longer. That there should be a date up here of the release date if I can find one. But it still competes with some of the newer boys like the FP, like the bloody Kensai, like the Dead Rabbit RTA, like all the other RTAs that are out there. There's millions and millions and millions, and if I keep on going on, I'm going to lose all my train of thought like I've already done right now. Overall, this tank's going to get a 7 out of 10. It's not as great now as what it was when it first came out, but when this tank first came out, it was absolutely groundbreaking. I heard of it, I seen it, fell in love with it, had to go and get it. In fact, it was the first purchase I ever bought. First hardware purchase I ever bought when I very first started working in a vape shop about a year ago. I'm sure it wasn't you then either. So, nice one for tuning in, guys. My name's Bobo. We're being the VAPERY. I hope you enjoy our videos. If you do, there should be a little button just here. Go and click it, go and subscribe, and turn on that little bell notification for a little bit more. I have recently set up a Facebook group, and there should be a link down below. It's called #VapePunks. Just with a little bit more content going on today than what there will be on YouTube, extra little giveaways and live streams and stuff like that. I'm not that good at live streams, but by the way it's gonna go, I'm gonna get like 3 people maybe join the group, and then I can live stream to you 3 people, and I can build up your confidence a little bit. Thank you guys for all the support that you've shown me over the last 3.5-4 months. It means the absolute world to me. So, thank you guys very much. Here's all limited to the Kylin by Vandy Vape. Bye!